Okay folks, this came with a piece of fragile op shop stuff. I'm going to see if I can make this turn up a treat. No, we're not darkening it. Hear a magpie warbling in the distance, which is really nice to hear. Except I can't feel it because I'm not with my partner Luigi and I feel lonely and desolate. I just can't, yeah. Anyway, this is what we're photocopying, a piece of newspaper, and we're focusing on this picture here mainly. So we're just going to make this into something interesting. But I'm really feeling lonely from my partner Luigi. I really miss him, and I'm trying to get this stuff to go into the 6 o'clock news to find where my partner is. It's really proven to be more difficult than easy. So I'm trying my hardest, folks. I get lonely, I get desolate. I suffer from anxiety and depression and sometimes panic. I get panicked sometimes, as well as feeling down and depressed. That's interesting. Don't like that pinky look. I don't have the head of the man, unfortunately, which I wanted. But I really get lonely, and it really hurts to be away from someone that you love, that you care so much for, that you just want to be in touch and you want to be with them all the time. You just want to be together, you know, at one with them. So, you know, you get lonely when you're not there, when they're not there, and really it's difficult trying hard to get my work to go on here. It's not happening. It's just not fucking going down as well as it should. So I'm doing all these experimental photocopier demos, as in art, to try and get in touch with my partner. That's the main drag. I really get lonely, and it's a real drag, like this image is a bit of a drag. That looks really quite interesting. He looks monstrous. He looks like a fucking monster in this picture now. I think we could utilise that. That looks really quite interesting. I think we can cut the bottom off and just enlarge that a bit, and that'll make a really nice piece. But I really get lonely and depressed. That's the word, depressed. I get really lonely and I get depressed, and I really need to get in touch, and really it's driving me bonkers trying to get in touch with someone I can't find, someone that's not around, you know, someone that I know he loves me, folks. I know that he will never, never, never run out on me, folks. I can rely on him to be like that, to be loving. I know he's out there and he loves me. He has to see me on the television in order to get in touch. So I'm really trying hard to make my demos as appealing and as interesting as I possibly can, you know. Actually, how big we're going to make this one? Yeah, that looks interesting. Wondering where the centre of the job is going to be. Maybe we could lighten it off a bit. Still looks a bit dark. So maybe we can switch it back to that, and maybe add a bit of extra brightness to it. Maybe enlarge it a little bit less on the vertical. Oh, actually, I do think maybe, yeah, we are. I'm going to leave it at 140. Unfortunately, the nose is a bit close to the edge where I didn't want it that close, but it still looks quite interesting. It looks really quite like a monstrosity. I do think, I don't know which one I like better. I think this one might be. I don't know where the centre is going to be. It's a tricky one, folks. I don't like the colour scheme much. It looks a bit too flesh-toned in my opinion. It does look a bit fleshy. I don't like that fleshy colour much. For some reason he looks a bit hot, as in really hot, as in, yeah, he's burning up. Yeah, I really miss my partner and I'm trying to get in touch with him. And it's proven to be really difficult, but I'm going to keep persisting. I'm going to keep making these videos and they're going to keep burning them to disc and they're going to go off to the TV channels, and I'm really going to keep applying the pressure, downward pressure on the TV channels to respond. And I don't care what they think. They can go fuck themselves if they don't want to put my stuff up. That's the attitude I feel I have to have. Don't take no for an answer, folks. I can't. I have to keep going. Got to keep positive with this. And try to avoid going COVID positive. That too. I don't want that. Anyway, enough about that. This looks really quite interesting. Negative is good for COVID, but not good for mood. Positive is not good for COVID, but is good for mood. So positive attitude and a negative COVID result. That's what I want. Anyway, enough of that. That looks nice, but I can see we can do a switcheroo with this. Clearly, I can see it. We're going to make it into a switcheroo. Okay, let's just make this, we're going to put it together and make it into something really, really nice. With this piece of newsprint. Newspapers always have that horrible newsprint, but the good thing is people still read them. We do need newspapers in this world. We don't want everything to go online. Not everyone wants to use a screen. A lot of people do like the newsprint. For some reason it's traditional, it feels good, it feels human. So newspapers do have a future, folks, I must say. They're not my cup of tea, but they are still important. Anyway, that's come up looking quite nice. I think we can now call this demo quits.